Imagine a monster. A monster so unimaginably vast that it doesn't just destroy worlds, it swallows them whole. For centuries, humanity looked up at the night sky and saw a beautiful, striped gas giant. We named it Jupiter. We taught our children that it was a protective shield, a cosmic vacuum cleaner catching stray asteroids. But NASA's latest missions have revealed a much darker reality. Deep within this giant lies a terrifying world of perpetual violence. A place where storms don't just last for hours, but for centuries. A place where the weather doesn't bring rain, but supersonic winds, ammonia hail, and atmospheric pressure capable of crushing carbon into diamonds. Today, we are diving into the most violent weather system in the known universe. This is the story of Jupiter's megastorms, the apocalyptic tempests that could swallow Earth without even breaking a sweat. To understand the sheer horror of a Jovian storm, we must first comprehend the scale of the planet itself. According to data compiled by NASA, Jupiter holds more than twice the mass of all the other planets in our solar system combined. It is so staggeringly massive that over 1,300 Earths could fit inside its volume. If Earth were the size of a tiny grape, Jupiter would be the size of a professional basketball. Because of this immense size and a rapid rotation speed, a single day on Jupiter lasts only 10 hours. The planet's atmosphere is ripped into chaotic zones and belts. These are the colorful stripes you see from space. They are jet streams, traveling in opposite directions at speeds exceeding 500 kilometers per hour. And right where these opposing jet streams smash into each other, monsters are born. The undisputed king of these monsters is the Great Red Spot. This is not just a storm, it is an atmospheric nightmare. First observed reliably in 1831 and possibly as early as 1665 by Giovanni Cassini, this single anticyclone has been raging continuously for at least 300 years. Think about that. While humanity was fighting the Napoleonic Wars, discovering electricity, and industrializing the globe, this single storm was spinning, completely unabated. At its peak in the 19th century, the Great Red Spot was roughly 40,000 kilometers wide. It was large enough to swallow 3 Earths side by side. While recent data from NASA's Hubble Space Telescope shows that the storm is shrinking and becoming more circular, it is still currently about 16,300 kilometers wide. It can still easily swallow our entire planet whole. But what NASA's Juno spacecraft discovered in recent years shocked the scientific community. For a long time, scientists thought the Great Red Spot was a shallow feature, just skimming the surface of the atmosphere. Juno proved them wrong. Data revealed that the roots of the Great Red Spot plunge incredibly deep, down to roughly 300 to 500 kilometers into the planet's interior. To put that into perspective, if this storm were on Earth, it would reach higher than the International Space Station and dive deeper than the deepest trenches of our oceans. It is a towering wall of atmospheric fury. At its center, winds scream at over 430 kilometers per hour, double the speed of a Category 5 hurricane on Earth. If you think the surface is terrifying, diving deeper only reveals a more hostile environment. On Earth, storms are driven by water vapor. On Jupiter, they are fueled by an exotic, toxic cocktail of water, ammonia, and extreme internal heat. NASA's Juno mission uncovered a bizarre meteorological phenomenon unique to Jupiter: mushballs. In the upper atmosphere, temperatures plummet below -100 degrees Celsius. Here, water ice crystals mix with ammonia gas, which acts as a natural antifreeze. This creates a slushy, freezing mixture of liquid ammonia and water. These slushy hailstones, or mushballs, grow heavy and plunge deep into the atmosphere, traveling hundreds of kilometers down before they melt, evaporate, and rise again in a vicious, never-ending cycle of toxic rain. As these mushballs collide with ice crystals, they generate massive amounts of static electricity. The result? Megalithic lightning storms. Jovian lightning strikes don't look like the ones on Earth. On Jupiter, a single bolt of lightning can span thousands of kilometers across the cloud tops. They release up to 1,000 times more energy than any lightning bolt ever recorded on Earth. If you were standing in the Jovian atmosphere, the sky would not flash with a brief line of light. The entire horizon would violently detonate with blinding, apocalyptic energy. What powers these eternal engines of destruction? On Earth, our weather is driven by the sun. But Jupiter is too far from the sun to receive that kind of energy. Instead, Jupiter generates its own power. Because Jupiter is so massive, its gravity is constantly pulling its material inward. This intense gravitational compression concentrates energy, generating immense internal heat. In fact, NASA data proves that Jupiter radiates more than twice as much heat into space as it receives from the sun. This colossal heat source rises from the deep interior, smashing into the freezing vacuum of space. It acts like a boiling pot of water on a cosmic stove, constantly stirring the atmosphere, feeding the jet streams, and ensuring that these world-eating storms never run out of fuel. They are self-sustaining planetary engines of doom. When we look at Jupiter through a telescope, we aren't just looking at a planet. We are looking at a cosmic reminder of how chaotic and violent our universe can be. It is a world defined by extremes. A liquid metal giant wrapped in a thin sheet of gas, ruled by storms that could swallow our entire civilization in a single afternoon without leaving a trace. We often complain about the weather on Earth, the rain, the snow, the summer heat. But looking at the toxic, screaming vortex of the great red spot, we can appreciate just how lucky we are to live on a planet where the storms eventually clear and the sun always comes back out. Jupiter remains out there in the dark, a beautiful, terrifying mystery, waiting for us to solve its secrets.